What is up, Flockers? That is my fellow Lockers and aspiring Lockers. Okay, so imagine this. You got the perfect hair color. We're talking rich, vibrant, gorgeous, and you didn't have to sacrifice a single lock to get it. No thinning, no breakage, and no, girl, what happened to your hair moments. Just pure, healthy, thriving locks in whatever color your heart desires. Sounds like a dream, right? I'm about to make that dream a reality. Today, we're talking about how to dye your locks safely at every stage, whether you've got baby locks that are still figuring out their life or mature locks that have been with you through thick and thin. I've got you covered. So grab your notebooks, grab a snack, and let's get into it. Because we're about to unlock the confidence that comes with perfectly colored, thriving locks. Let's go. All right, Flockers, first things first. We need to talk about why dyeing locks is not the same as dyeing loose natural hair. Because I see some of y'all out here treating your locks like they're fresh out of a relaxer, and we gotta talk. Locks have a completely different structure than loose natural hair. When your hair is locked, the cuticles are more raised, which means your locks are naturally more porous than loose hair. Translation: they absorb color much faster, which sounds great until you realize that they also absorb damage much faster. And moisture, baby. Locks hold moisture differently. They can get dry quicker, especially in the center of the lock where product and water don't always reach. So when you throw color into the mix, you're asking your locks to do double duty, maintain their structure and to process chemicals. It's like asking someone to run a marathon while carrying groceries. Is it possible? Sure. Is it smart? So let's debunk some myths real quick because I'm tired of hearing these. Myth number one, you can't dye locks at all. The truth is, you can absolutely dye locks. You just need to do it correctly. Myth number two, dyeing locks is the same as dyeing loose natural hair. Truth is, did we not just go over this? No ma'am, no sir. Myth three, if your locks fall out after dyeing, they weren't strong enough. Truth is, if your locks fall out, it's because somebody, and I'm not naming any names, didn't follow proper protocol. Here's the thing, improper dyeing doesn't just affect your locks today. It affects them tomorrow, next month, next year. We're talking thinning at the roots, breakage in the middle, dry, brittle ends that snap off if you look at them wrong. Your locks are a long-term investment. Treat them like it. Now let's talk about starter locks. If your locks are less than 6 to 12 months old, listen very carefully. This is not the time to go crazy with color. I don't care how cute the platinum blonde looks on Instagram. Your baby locks are not ready. Your starter locks are still forming. They're delicate. They're figuring out if they even want to be locks yet. Half of them are probably trying to unravel as we speak. This is not the time to hit them with harsh chemicals. Think of it like this. You wouldn't put a newborn baby in a boxing ring, right? Well, keep that same energy with your locks. But David, I hear what you're saying, but I still want to add some color. So what do? I've got you. Here are your options. Have you ever tried color wax? This is a perfect temporary color. You can switch it up, wash it out. There's no commitment, no damage. It's kind of like dating before getting married, testing out the vibe. Semi-permanent rinses. These give you a little more longevity without the harshness of permanent dye. They deposit color on the hair shaft as opposed to in the hair shaft. There's a big difference. Natural dyes, think henna or indigo. These can actually strengthen your locks while adding color. But please, please do your research and make sure that you're using body art quality henna, not that stuff with metallic salts that'll turn your hair green. And bleach, don't even think about it. Don't think about it. Permanent dye, too harsh, too soon. Box dye from the drugstore, just no. Before you color, you need to deep condition your locks. Make sure they're clean because buildup plus color equals disaster. Even do a strand test. We'll talk about this more a little bit later. After you color, you want to make sure that you rinse thoroughly. I'm talking about thoroughly. Deep condition again. Keep your locks moisturized for the next few weeks. All right, now we're getting somewhere. If your locks are mature, we're talking 1 to 2+ years old, you've probably got more options. But with great power comes great responsibility. Someone said that one time. Let's talk about how to do this the right way. Before you even look at a bottle of dye, ask yourself, are my locks even strong enough and healthy? Do I have thinning spots? Are my ends solid, or are they looking like they're struggling and looking a bit rough? Have I been keeping up with moisture and maintenance? If you answered no or kind of to any of these, pump the brakes. Get your locks healthy first, then we can talk about color. Okay, I'm about to get real serious for a second because this is where people tend to mess up. Strand test, which I mentioned earlier. This is for your locks. Take a lock from an inconspicuous area, maybe the nape of your neck, and apply dye according to the directions. See how your locks react. Does the color look good? Are your locks still strong afterwards? Or did that lock basically disintegrate? This step does take an extra day or two, but it could save you from a catastrophe. And trust me, I've seen some catastrophes in my 15+ years of my own personal lock journey. Don't be a cautionary tale. If you're ready for permanent color, here's what you need to know. Do use a dye specifically formulated for textured or natural hair. Do follow the instructions to the letter. Do have a friend help you if possible. Even coverage is key. You don't want splotchiness. Do deep condition before and after. Do give your locks at least 2 weeks to recover before your next retwist or retightening. Do not leave dye on longer than recommended. It won't make the color better. It'll just damage your locks. Don't dye your locks right before or after a retwist or retightening. It's just too much manipulation. All right, now on to the bleach conversation. Let's talk about bleaching because I know some of y'all want to go blonde and be the locked Beyonce. Or you want to do those fun colors that require lifting your natural hair first. Here's my advice. Go to a professional. I don't care if your cousin's best friend's sister did her locks at home and they turned out fine. Bleach is serious business. It literally breaks down the protein structure of your hair. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can literally dissolve your locks. I've seen it happen. It's not cute. A professional, preferably one who specializes in locks, will know how to apply the bleach evenly, monitor the processing time, use the right developer strength for your locks, and follow up with proper treatments to rebuild strength. Yes, it does cost more, but you know what costs even more? Having to start your lock journey all over because you fried your locks off trying to save $100. Just saying. And make sure your professional actually knows how to work with locks. Don't just go to someone who's going to be watching YouTube tutorials while you're sitting in the chair. We've all seen those horror stories on social media. Please don't be the next one. All right, Flockers. So this is where we bring it all together. I'm about to give you the checklist that lets you know if every single time that you want to dye your locks, if you have done what you need to do. So first off, you need to assess your lock health. Are your locks strong enough for color? Be honest with yourself. Make sure that you clarify your locks, using a clarifying shampoo to remove all buildup. Color cannot penetrate properly through product buildup, and you'll end up with patchy, uneven results. Nobody wants that. Make sure to deep condition. Give your locks some love before you put them through the chemical process. It's a lot. Think of it as carb loading before a marathon. Possibly don't skip out on the strand test. Test on 1 or 2 locks to see how your hair reacts to the color. This is your insurance policy, Flockers. Gather the supplies ahead of time. Your dye, developer if you need it, gloves, old towels, a timer, applicator bottles or brushes, and possibly a good friend to help you with the back. Protect your space. Cover surfaces. Wear old clothes. Have paper towels ready. Trust me, dye gets everywhere. Okay, so you've dyed your locks and they look fire. Now what? Let me tell you how to keep them looking good. Your immediate aftercare is gonna make all the difference. So make sure that you rinse your hair thoroughly. And again, I mean thoroughly. You need to keep rinsing your locks until the water runs completely clear. Leftover dye equals damage and color bleeding all over your pillowcases. Make sure to deep condition immediately. Use a moisturizing deep conditioner or hair mask and leave it on for at least 20 to 30 minutes. Your locks just went through a whole lot, so you need to show them some love and appreciation. And protein treatment within that first week or two is pretty important. Color processing breaks down protein bonds in your hair, so you need to rebuild that strength. Use a protein treatment within the first week of coloring. And then you want to talk about your ongoing maintenance routine. So let's talk about your new life with your colored locks. Your routine just got an upgrade. You may need to do some routine adjustments to fit this new color. Possibly washing your hair a little less frequently. If you were washing weekly before, consider switching to every 10 to 14 days. Typically, I like washing more often, but this helps preserve the color and prevents over drying. Sleep protection is non-negotiable. Satin or silk bonnets, pillowcases, or even both. And cotton will fade your color and dry out your locks, so avoid the cotton. Also, think about UV protection. The sun is not your friend when you have colored locks. Wear hats or rock some nice scarves from time to time. And also take into consideration when you're swimming that you always need to rinse and wash after swimming. Chlorine and salt water are color killers. And then when it's time to recolor your hair, make sure to give at least 6 to 8 weeks between color sessions. And if you're bleaching, wait even longer. Stretch it like 10 to 12 weeks minimum. Your locks need time to recover. Now, this is important, flockers. Sometimes the answer just needs to be no. And I know it's hard to hear when you really want that new color, but your lock health has to come first. So say no to dyeing your locks if your locks are thinning, you're experiencing excessive breakage, your locks are extremely dry, or if you just started your lock journey less than 6 months ago. If you recently had a major chemical treatment, you also need to say no. Did you just get a texturizer, a relaxer touch-up at the roots? Have you just recently had a keratin treatment? Then you need to wait. Give your hair at least 3 to 4 months to recover. And honestly, say no if your scalp is irritated or damaged. If you've got cuts, sores, severe damage, or any scalp conditions, you need to handle that first. Dye on damaged skin is not just painful, it's also dangerous, y'all. I know it's hard to say no to yourself when you really want something, but think about it this way. Would you rather wait a few months and have a healthy, gorgeous, colored lock journey? Or would you rather rush it and end up with damaged locks that you might have to end up cutting off and starting over? Dyeing your locks can be an amazing way to express yourself, switch up your look, and feel and look confident and be the beautiful person that you truly are and want to reflect on the outside. But it has to be done safely, intentionally, and with respect for your locks' unique needs. Your locks are a journey. They're growing with you, evolving with you, and they deserve to be treated with care. So go ahead, get that color you've been dreaming about. Just do it smart. Before I go, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, what color are you thinking about trying? Have you dyed your locks before? Tell me how it went. What's holding you back from taking the plunge and actually doing the color that you wanted? Let's chat about it in the comments. And if this video has helped you, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss any of the new content that is coming out. Until next time, keep loving your locks, keep loving your crown, keep loving yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.